It's the 3A state final featuring the NorthWood Panthers and the Roncalli Rebels from the Hoosier Dome. Craig Wallen, Bob Nagel, and Robert, we are ready for what will be a great showdown between these two undefeated teams.
Two excellent football teams, both 13-0 coming in. It's what you'd want for a state championship. Here's one of the reasons that the NorthWood Ball Club is here in the Hoosier Dome. It's Trevor Andrews. You'll hear a lot about him tonight. He's the spark plug for the offense. And one of the reasons that their offense is so good is because their defense is so good. Nate Andrews is one of the reasons why. Just a sophomore, excellent defensive back, had the key play last week in the win over Fort Wayne Dwenger. Nate Andrews will play a big role here tonight. Now on the other side of the field for the Rebels of Indianapolis Roncalli, their quarterback is Brent Carver. He's a senior. He averages about 25 yards per pass reception, but that's because he doesn't throw much. The reason he doesn't throw much is this young man, number 21, Mike BOHN. He's a senior. 3,000 yards on the season. That should say enough. The keys to the ball game, we'll run those down for you in just a moment. Right now, the NorthWood Panthers are getting ready to kick off, decked out in their black uniforms, a designated visiting team. They won the toss and deferred. They will get the ball in the second half, but they will kick off and let their defense go to work. State championship action, Class 3A. Here to call it for you, the voice of TV 46 Sports, Craig Wallen.
Thank you very much, Bob Nagel. And the kickoff comes down to Jamie Koch. Koch for Roncalli. And the special teams for NorthWood ready. The drop made at the 29-yard line.
For the NorthWood Panthers, defense focused on Mike BOHN. Thank you. They need to slow down this Mike BOHN. He's an excellent back. Make good decisions on offense. Trevor Andrews will handle that. For Roncalli, they need to stick to their game plan, and that means run the football, respect the Panther pride, and have a huge game from the guy who got them here. Both teams ready to dance with who brung them. And for Roncalli, they'll start out at their own 30-yard line, 1st and 10.
We'll keep our eye on that back, Mike BOHN, and of course, the other players. Chris Harvey in the backfield. Here comes BOHN. BOHN slashing across the 35-yard line, and a pickup of close to 6 yards.
What BOHN would like to do is to use misdirection, and he'll go behind this offensive line, including Simmons, Hasty, Roll, Walsh, and Shelburne. Carver's the quarterback, Jaffe the flanker, BOHN, Harvey, and the Scott brothers are at the double tight ends.
2nd down and 4. Carver with a long call. Here comes the handoff again. It's to BOHN. BOHN across the 40, and he's got a 1st down. And a good shot there of how evasive this young man, Mike BOHN, is.
Here's a look at the NorthWood Panther defense. Linebackers Reinhardt, Schaefer, and Stickley. Andrews and Rader in the secondary at safeties. Defensive ends Martin and Hochstetler. Martin had a big game last week. The cornerbacks Hartman and Yoder. Right tackle is King. Left tackle is Todd Croy. You'll hear more about Todd Croy as the night goes along.
1st down and 10 for the Rebels. Harvey and BOHN in the backfield. Carver on the pitch. Here comes BOHN around the right side. BOHN running room across midfield into Panther territory, and he's gone. He is off to the races. BOHN brought down inside the 5-yard line, and credit the Panther secondary and Nate Andrews for catching up with BOHN, because I thought, Bob, he was gone.
Well, he got all but 3 yards of the 59 he had left to go. Give him 56 yards on the carry. Watch the misdirection, going right, cut back once, cut back again, cut back again. You got to get him penned up, and it's hard to do. He's not overly physical, but on the year, close to 3,000 yards and 37 touchdowns, and only a great effort by Nate Andrews prevented another one. They knew BOHN was going to carry the ball a lot coming in. He's carried it all 3 times. And Roncalli's threatening to score.
Carver on the pitch. Here comes BOHN after the big gainer and short yardage on 1st down. This team does not pass a lot, needless to say. 1 pass attempt last week in their win over Evansville Memorial in the semi-state. They knocked off Memorial, by the way. Score of 42-0 the final there. They've outscored their last 2 opponents by a total of 72 points.
Well, the NorthWood Panthers stung early here. They say in the first 2 carries they held him to 6 and 5 yards. That was about 3 yards under his season average.
From the 1-yard line, and Carver across the goal line, and a touchdown. The keeper by the cornerback, Brent Carver, the 5'10" senior, and the Rebels score first.
Well, it looked relatively easy, but trust me, Northwood had some good moments in that short drive. It went 70 yards in 5 plays. And Carver with a nice effort here, and obviously everybody waiting for BOHN to get the football. And so Roncalli has struck first. I don't think anybody in the arena thought this would be a shutout one way or the other, so there are going to be a lot of points scored. And now the onus is on the Northwood Panthers to come back and score. We have an offsides on the extra point attempt. Well, the Northwood Panthers was offside. Let's see if the Roncalli Rebels and their head coach Bruce Seifers want to take advantage of that or just go ahead and kick the extra point.
You want to stay right here?
Now it looks like they will go ahead and kick the extra point.
Bob, it's interesting.
Offense, defense, penalty decline. Replay.
As we listen to Bob Marcinick, interesting to note that Northwood has had their difficulties early in postseason play. They've given up points early. It's the second half and certainly the third quarter where they seem to really buckle down. Let's see what happens here as the point after attempt is up and good. A 7-0 ball game.
Good effort by Roncalli on the opening drive. 7-0. Roncalli leads Northwood. Back after these messages.